Share. Okay, good late every morning, everyone. It is 11:07 EST. It's time for Mike and me. But just like last Tuesday, Coach probably has better things to do. So it's me and my alter ego. And what alter ego is it today? Seriously, is this? All right, Tradeview Markets sponsors TradeGATEHub. Thank you. Okay, price action trumping sentiment. Now listen. I wanted to, as it seems, I'll show my news feed, if you will, one of them at least. No, I'm well aware that that there's a lot of. I sometimes when Coach and I go back and forth, I'm aware, but do I care? I'm aware of what's going on. For example, I want you to use another example. Is the war is going on, and you could see a couple of other things as rotation is happening. Dollar dies. The VIX is up 10% over 20. As there's a lot of positive movements too, the video being one of them, and a lot of rotation as well. It's a redundant theme. It's what keeps us going, and it's why I have an excuse not to talk about the dollar or anything geopolitical with Coach or even the esteemed guests he has on, because I have an excuse to trade price action over sentiment. You know what I mean. As you can see on multiple news feeds here, including ASUS, here. Iran has sent the message to U.S. Qatar and here. So that's what's going on. FBC bullish. Okay. Now, to cap off what's going on basically geopolitically, or why I don't care, even though I'm aware, again, is this. It's Tom. This guy's a sharp dude. Trust me. Sharp guy, been trading a long time, has nothing to do with him in New York, or has a trading Thomas, great, a sign on great, but he's smart. It's sometimes facetious, if not dry and smart. And it's this at this point, yesterday, shorts are scared of rig jobs on Monday. And it's been keeping the market up is, an argument about inflation or not. And the longs are scared of war escalation. That was 22 hours ago, as I see here on my feed there. So that's what's going on. I'm aware. I get it. All right. So as I turn back to TradeGATEHub for a second, this is where sentiment is. Now, is the three basic sectors that are moving the most today, outside of crypto doing poorly, are China stocks, which put a great buy on the dip situation. This FUTU, and I'll get into in a second, is a $12-14 range on more volume than Apple. All right, so what we do here is we trade price action range and volume, and that keeps me with price levels and option flow and volume. Yes, I'm aware. And on TGH, every day we post the economic calendar, upgrades, downgrades, Wall Street research. Another one, adding to VRT heavy. These are my positions from last night, by the way. Fro, check out, we'll do another video on I'll talk about Fro in a second. Thank you for everybody contributing, but these are the stocks as of yesterday's close that hit 52-week highs. You came back on the proverbial 6-month vacation, didn't look at the market. You look at this, you say, wow, Bob is at the high. That's good. Great theme. All right, maybe something's up here. CF, maybe it would be a little inflationary. I get it. I digress. All right. So in TGH again, sentiment movers, pre-market movers, the VIX. SERP, SERPs probably give a better dissertation of what's going on geopolitically with I am, but this is what I'm interested in today. Here. Percent gainers intraday. All right, there are stocks of 52. Avago. What's wrong? Okay, for those, and I will go to the charts egregiously because I don't want to look. Avago, number one on the day. HKD. Okay, I bought that last night on. Look at TGH. I don't want to. This is not my Pat Mike V on the backyard. But look, Avago, number one. All right, relative strength, price action, the active trader. Avago upgraded. Everybody do their own due diligence. EVGO. That's slow. Hold on. When typing, I'm going fast like the old days. Incredible. I have to bring down this RSI. Okay, sloppy chart, but I'm going to get it right. EVGO. All right, Avago. All right, so for those that are a little bit on the sheepish side, It had very, very big fundamental news. Obviously, you could tell within the first 10 minutes that the news was concrete because it didn't break any, it didn't take it. It's in play. There's the volume bar. Once it broke out of the bull flag here, like 445 was in play. But even these stocks making 52-week highs that are keep going and keep breaking out. Buy stop. Okay. Avago 484. All right. Now you look what now. This is the daily chart RSI. Now it's time to take a look at things. There's the weekly 50 to 200 day on the weekly is what, 7 and change. You know what I mean? You have to think if you were long now, would you buy it? I'm not sure, but price action range once it broke the open, it did people that had it overnight did the typical dip that took the profits and got all giddy and says I'm up and really didn't work the position. I love that word, work the position. All right. So we see it settled for like 15 minutes. Now, once it's settled at the open, the high of the open right here. Where you're, I wouldn't micromanage it. I know it's up a lot percentage wise, and you kind of have to micromanage these, or not really. It depends on your position sizing. Anyway, once it held the open range right here, 530 was off to the races. Now, I understand things are moving. Woof. Wolf worked. I didn't see that, guys. And this is what the best part of the room is. I can get back into it. Okay, it's this. The one thing I can't guarantee in this business, you go to jail if you use it. You'll never be short of ideas. Yesterday, Gerard and Mickey, a lot in common, by the way. We'll digress with that one. Woof. Okay? This is what the boys did yesterday because what they see, they saw a positive trend. They saw volume and calls go off. VRT. This was yesterday, okay? Complete bull sweeping. VRT, bull sweeping. VRT, the one. Check out VRT. ENVX worked. Gerard's SMR worked. VRT was the one. Check it out. But this is what the boys said. Wolf tries to break out Gerard. I don't think he had that in his arsenal a couple of years ago, if you will. Maybe the cable guy did. Tell him we said hello. And then McDooley. Okay, maybe listen. Mick knows what's going on, and they both know that it's a dude. He's on Chewy. So woof. All right. So, like I said, it doesn't really matter what the symbol is or what they do. Oh, good call, guys. I hope you got it. I can't believe I don't have it. Look at this. All right, another one. Woof. Finished at the high yesterday. Didn't pull back at all. New high buy stop. Woof. Not even overbought yet. Gap. Bravo. Not in it. No, Mac, I'm fucking pissed off I'm not in it. If I was shorted, I'd still be holding it. Excuse the language. Sorry about that. BRT, the one. Let's get back here. NVAX. It's that type of day. This was yesterday. I just got off the phone with Surf's Up. NVAX. Same thing. I said, this is a perfect for a clean trader. NVAX, same thing. Didn't give up a lot. Held NVAX, huge range. Price action, news. Somewhat news. All right. Never broke this, floor here. Maybe it takes out 15. Who knows? But you know what? Even if for stocks like this that may not work and open down a little bit, when you have that type of call action, price action, news in the same sector being buy was okay, you get forgiveness. So if you're going to be wrong a lot. But stocks like that, the forgiveness is less than if you're going to try to buy SEDG on the EMPH is another one. Something like that. Or even Foot Locker, which I covered. Like a piker and it's still going, I had this collared so badly. Next. Move on. I'm being selfish. BP calls. Hey. Fro, there's a shipper. Started a shipper. Now I have 15, 16,000. I'll show you. Fro. Calls shipper late on the board yesterday. Fro. Easy trade. You know where they go. You don't have to be. You don't have to be a certified. What do they call it? CMT certified technician, certified chart technician. Yeah. To look at that one in a minute. How can you not be? Start at 4, Avalon 4, lithium flying. Home Depot, take a look at the close from yesterday. I'll get the questions in a second. All right. Upgrades. Does he upgrade JP Morgan overweight to Avago? You can ask me. I really don't have an opinion on it. Too much other stuff. I do have 100,000 rake. You know what? This is a Generation X and this is an early 2000 trade on rake because I can't find any other. Maybe I should have maybe 8. I don't know. Whatever. I have 100,000 rake. Rigatoni. That's because I like saying rigatoni. But you know what? I have a feeling if I, once again, I come back, I think this is, I don't want to micromanage, but I got 100,000 rake. There it is. I was up in it too. Looked like it was going to break out this morning, right? But you know what? I should have got a best of breed. Let's talk bit honestly. Baker Hughes, the old BHI, Schlumberger acting nicely to a degree. That's the one that's holding. It should be bought a little bit on pullbacks. Another one that's acting well. Mick, you're welcome. SU in the fund. I love this freaking company. I'm telling you, something's up with this thing. First of all, it outperformed all majority of oils, period. And I'm telling you, I'm not biased on it. Where am I coming up with SU? I have no, you know what I mean? I didn't go to Syracuse University. SU has great option flow, takeover spec. Anytime they pull it back, this is a sexy oil. It's going to get the highlighter again today. Adding to SU. All right. Anyway, oils are still underowned. And look, this is a couple of things that we brought back from the beginning of the week. Be aware of positionings. China stocks went from the most underowned to most heavily, most overowned in about a week. What's this? Rio. Yeah. Hedge funds pile into China looking for anyway. All right. So FUTU, regardless, you got to take advantage of this. FUTU is the best. Look at this thing. FUTU had a range of 107 to 124. I came in short TME. Oh, look at this freaking thing. I came in short TME. Well, at least listen, even if I wasn't sure, I bought it. Where is it, TME? Where am I trade? Oh, here it is. Settings, show position info. Why can it show my executions, my trades? TME. I must have covered all pre-market. Settings. Let's go to 7:30 a.m. They're my TME trades. I had like 8,000 short. Stock closed at 1376, covering at 1290. Giddy up. I'm still short a little JD, not gonna lie. But I have some little floaters. So we're in both corners here. We're playing, it's an arb trade. We're short the big daddy, a couple of big daddies, and we're long a couple of the low floaters. Relative strength. I know, I saw them. You know what, G? I can't get a handle on those things. You know what? I'll admit it. I'm a bad refiner trader. And I used to be decent. But then everybody got into my head with this crack spread and all this crap. They got into my head with all things. It's like an arb. They got into this crack spread. I'm sure you're familiar with the vernacular, the term. I tried to actually get into it for a little bit. But then I'm a bit, listen, bad oil, bad freaking refiner trader. I don't know what to tell you. I know you like them too, G. Bolero. MPC. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to talk about MPC down here. Not going to talk about MPC down here. Let me see PBF. That's the one that's a decent gauge, by the way. Oh my God, look at that PBF energy. Hold on. We're going to do it. Let me first of all see if it didn't run. PBF energy. Let's do a little live trading here. Buying a stock down here. The PBF, there is PBF. It's up 3%. Live trade, PBF. I'll buy a little bastard down here. So this is what I'm looking at now live. Not to say it really matters down here, but I'm looking at the shorter term moving averages, which in red is the 10-day, and the yellow, the white, which is the 21-day. So the 21 days, 3190, 3160. So if I top tick the thing, which is a 3222, probably will for the moment, I'm at least looking at 31.64, 31.94, some type of support. And if I go to this chart, the support I want to be is there's the gap or ripper. It's probably right around here. You really want it at 30. I'm not going to pick this thing. This thing, you know what I mean? It's going to work. It's going to work. But I came from a day trader. This is the spot we want right here. Actually, you know what? 31.86. That's what I meant. PBF 32.40. We'll go with 800. We'll go bid 800 shares, 816, pay 832. Oh, as you know, I do everything in even numbers. By 832.04. By 832.04. And the sweet spot is where? Under 32, people get stopped out at 32, 31.83. Now we'll buy 1,200, 31.88. And you know what? We'll buy 800 at the market. All right, there we are. We're in. General Motors. Oh, the market's flying back. What do I have? What do I have? Gee, thanks. I'm in. I've done more PPF. Now let's look at the best of the better ones. Meta. Anybody gonna still G, you in this? Come on. This is the cleanest one out there. 6 bills it's got on it. 6. HLX, Mankind, Texan calls, semis, Uber calls, TCOM, another China play, Tiger calls, Tiger. All right, listen, this is, okay, that's for those that are looking more macro, and you should. The Qs remain above the 21 day and below the 10 and 21. Okay, that's important. Short term, medium term, let's look at it, what it looks like here. But, the position, if you want to go one way or the other, you can do where in the range on those. This looks beautiful. Remains above the 21 day, below the 10 and the 5. So the 5 times short term. Helix taking calls. What's this bastard? The Helix Energy Group. Oh, it's included. It's Meta Highs. It's in the sale, but it's in energy. All right. Helix exploring options include a sale. All right. So I look at this. Obviously, I don't think it'll be a restaurant, but I'm going to do my more diligence. But when I see Helix Energy, I don't think it's going to be in a restaurant. It's obviously some sort of energy deal in the energy group. Be great if they would take out rig too, 2 for 1. All right, most actives, and then I'll go to the YouTube and take questions. I'm sorry the coach isn't here. I'll try to do better. There you go. What is it? NVIDIA, China. Ivago brought it up, breaking high. NIO, China. FXI, China. Tesla, Tiger, China. Planeteer, self-explanatory on a breakout. I bought it and sold it. Made a nice trade in Planeteer already. You want your positions to work. I probably shouldn't have sold it, but I was buying it here. A lot of it. Listen, I traded it. Started buying at 38.20, sold 38.80, bought it more back. I still have some. I can argue with it. It's like the most hated stock out there that people don't want to buy. If that was Exxon, would you be buying it? Looks better than Exxon because the Qs are, the Nasdaq's not even strong as Planeteer. Gotta think that way. Took me a long time to get that. And even if you're wrong, it seems to be less forgiving when it doesn't work or your timing's off. Your timing was off yesterday. You're like, this thing stinks at 36. Now it's 39. That's because it's in an uptrend that's taking calls and has volume. Tiger Lily. China, these stocks are great to trade together. Tiger Lily. All right, I got to go. TRMD. Beaky calls. This thing freaking rips. You don't have Beaky in your China sector, you're missing out on a stock that really moves. Sure, you had a $2.5 range. All right, let me go to TradeGATEHub. G, you're in Valero. No, I'm in PBF. I bought the worst one. Let's look at MPC again. You know what the real man buys? I only have to look where it is. PSX. That's what a real man buys. Phillips 66. It's even got a cool name. The volume came in. Once the volume comes in. Listen, coach would like think he could go as far as saying coach would think stock's going to what? It's coach would say it's going to now 180. But is it going to the 200 day? I mean, if the coach keeps me in winners that way, I'm gonna make that's no joke. All right, let's go to YouTube so I can hear myself in dual audio. It's only three. Listen. All right. All right. I'll leave it at that. What's moving now? Beaky. Q's bearish. Niam. All right. Mike V, TradeGATEHub. I'll try to do better the next time. As coach will be back on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Here's the main board right here. Planeteer, Card, Chewy, Carvana. You know, is Apple. You know, I know a lot of these megas are holding a lot of 50-day moving average. We brought up on yesterday's Microsoft, for example, on yesterday's call. So, I mean, has the weakness in the Mag 7 been emblematic of what's going on in the market? No, you don't say that to APP. You know what I mean? You don't say that there's, stocks that are breaking high. You don't say that the Vert came along that, Valero calls. All right. Listen, energy. All right. You can beat dual Avago. I started talking about Avago. Where was it? Avago. Started the video, what, 11? They already gave you 20 cents. Avago. I'm not in it. There it goes. We saw with the 200. The 200 day was what, 750? 750. So stock's moving right now, right? There's something for everybody. Until then, Mike V, TradeGATEHub. I'll try to do them the next time. Thanks for sharing. Have a plan, trade well. Cheers.